DJ Squirrel podcast, and we are live. Let's get me up there. Boom. What's the story? How's everybody? It is the Tour DJ Squirrel podcast, and don't forget the show every single Wednesday is in association with these guys here. Boom. Oh, no. Boom. Here we are. Dr. Joel Wallach, the man behind 90 for Life, the 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and the 2 EFAs. 90 for Life. Dr. Joel Wallach. Go and check it out. In association with them guys, every single Wednesday, we kicked off the DJ Squirrel podcast with Tia Austin from Snap. Then we had Robin S. And we have our next guest waiting. Oh, yes we do. The man himself, Fred Baker from Y-Traxx. Now, before we head over to Fred Baker, what have we got queued up here? Oh my God. Wow. What an absolute tune this is. Every guest we get on, they have absolute crazy banging tunes. All of them, they're never gonna die. They're big tunes. Now, we did have Fred Baker at a Legends of Old School event in Dublin. Yes, we did. And when we played this tune, oh my God, Dublin went crazy. And to have Fred Baker, we're going to be heading over to him now very soon, okay? And to have him on the DJ Squirrel podcast means so much to me, because I remember hearing this tune when I was a very young lad, dancing around my bedroom in Finglas there in the Dublin area, loving it. Love this tune, and I love when the beat takes off here. Just rallies on up there, and then boom, kicks in. Okay, we're heading over to him right now. DJ Squirrel podcast. How are you, Fred Baker?
Hey, I'm fine, and you?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. How has everything been since you've been in Dublin?
Oh my God! Last time I came in Dublin, it was unbelievable. The crowd was fantastic. The music was awesome. It was a magic night.
Yes, it was. And I was just saying there on the intro, when we played your track, when you actually kicked off with trance piano, the place went crazy, didn't it, Fred?
Yeah, indeed, it was really crazy. Every track played, it was massive.
Yeah, really. It was big, wasn't it?
It was really big.
Now listen, Fred, you're an inspiration to old school music. I have to be honest. I just love your tune, Trance Piano. I love Mysteryland and a whole load of tunes that you've produced. Fair play to you. I wanna say that off the bat. Fair play to you, okay?
Thank you.
No problem. And it's great to have you on the show, and I want to thank you, like I do all my guests, for taking some time out to speak to me, okay?
Okay, no problem.
So listen, Fred, if we go back to the start, if we head all the way back to the start, yeah?
Okay.
You're from Belgium, correct?
Yeah.
What age did you start DJing? Like, when did it all start for you?
In the beginning, I was playing for school parties, and I was playing generalist music for weddings and family parties, private parties. Nothing for clubs. And my inspiration was from techno to trance. And at this time, I loved also dance music. So it was a little bit complicated to produce every style of music. So I've decided to focus on one style. And at this time, it was trance.
Okay.
And then I've played more in clubs, and I began to produce techno music. But the techno music at this time was completely different. Speed and really aggressive music. In Belgium, I'm at the origin of jump style music. I don't know if you know this style, but it was really famous here in my country.
Okay, yeah, and so before we go a little bit further, yeah, you were saying there that you started out doing the weddings and the 21st. Did you do you done all that, Fred? Yeah.
No, no. Well, it's cool because I made a lot of things in my young days.
Yeah, definitely. I done it all myself, Fred. I done it all myself.
It was funny, and I think sometimes when I go to a wedding, it's fun to. It's really fun if people ask me, "Do you want to play some music?" Because it will be bombastic. Okay, I come. And it's arrived last summer. I was invited in a wedding. It was a really big private wedding party, and every people dressing in white. It was completely crazy, and I've played retro classic music 2 hours in a wedding, and the party was huge.
Yeah.
There is no word to explain.
It went off, did it?
Yeah, it was crazy.
So what age? What age did you actually start at? Like, what age did it all begin for you?
15 years old.
15 years old, Fred.
Yeah.
We've a lot in common so far because I started out at 15 myself.
And now I'm 45.
No, I'm not that old. I'm not that old. Oh, brilliant.
It's just 30 years more.
Yeah. True. No, will you stop? Huh? So where was your first gig anyway, Fred? So when you start doing the 24th and that kind of thing, got some, the parties and you got some experience. So where was your first club gig? Can you remember your first club gig?
The first one, I think it was in a Paradise Club here in my city, in Tournai.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
No.
No. It was like, we have fun. The goal was to kill the dance floor and that people remember who I am. It was my goal, and it was a big success.
Yeah, it went well for you. Did it the first gig?
Yeah, it was my first gig, and the second one was, if I remember well, in Odeon Club.
Odeon Club.
Yeah, and it was one of the biggest club for me when I was young because a lot of musical influences.
Right.
Trance, techno, house, everything was combined. It was perfect.
And who inspired you? Like what inspired you? Who inspired you to get your first set of decks and to become a DJ?
Good question. At this time, I saw Lee Lewis playing, and I've seen also Kevin Saunderson.
Okay.
Yeah. For me, it was like I discovered new music. It was a fresh music for us.
Yeah.
I decided to try to take my name on the scene. Why not? And if it doesn't work, I don't care. But it was good.
Okay, so it worked.
And you?
Yeah. So how did so we got a bit of your early time. So let's speak one. Let's just play this tune again here. Hang on. Oh, Fred Baker, the man behind this tune, live right now on Facebook and YouTube. Oh, I love that tune. You know that, Fred? I love that tune. How did Y-Traxx all come about? Come on, give us the breakdown. How did it all happen?
It was just my inspiration. I was in my parents' house at this time. I've built a small studio with an Atari.
Okay.
It was a whole computer, and I bought some samplers, M.I.K.E, and I decided with a friend and my brother to to try produce trance music, and
Right.
I don't know how I found this idea. It was just I was playing music in in my keyboards, and I say, oh, that's a good theme, and Y-Traxx was born.
Wow. Like, and was trance piano created as well? Like back in them days.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think I've produced Mysteryland and Trance Piano in 2 days.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
Holy Jesus. What would it be like if you got a month?
And and at the beginning, Y-Traxx Mysteryland was a B-side.
A B-side for which tune? For trance piano.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wow. Like, so the Mystery Land, that tune actually was in the Kevin and Perry Go Large movie.
Yeah. Amazing movie.
That is unreal, that movie. How did that happen? Oh, did he contact you? What happened?
No, it's a great work from my records company, because at this time my job was just to stay in the studio. It was forbidden for me to play like a Fred Baker, like a DJ.
Right.
Only my goal was to produce music and stay in the studio.
Oh, that's right. So the record label hooked that up for you.
Yeah, but they were doing a great job for me, like a producer. But I think they forgot I was also DJ, or maybe they didn't want. I don't know.
Yeah. I hope they gave you some red carpet tickets, did they, for the premiere? Did they?
And when the track was on the movie, a lot of people didn't know Y-Traxx was me. Of course,
yeah.
that's logic.
And when you look back like on things, would you prefer to have your name out there as Fred Baker, or if you could turn back the clock?
If I could, going back in the time, I would like to release all my tracks under Fred Baker, but it was impossible. When I made Groove Zone Iceberg, was the same. I had to find a new alias, because it was impossible for me to release all the tracks under the same name. And I didn't want to give my name to a records company if they didn't want to give me the chance to play like a DJ.
Oh, okay. So you created the other names.
Yeah.
Oh, good thinking, Batman. Good thinking. So Fred, like, what? Okay, how did you create the name Y-Traxx? Where did that come from?
Just in my mind, I was with my friends, Laurent, David, and my brother. The alias of my brother was TC Process. It was a big game between us, and I think Y-Traxx was just I've seen a track called X-Track, and I've decided to say why a track. Okay, just we call it Y-Track, and I said tracks is more clubbing than track, so it will be Y-Traxx. That's easy.
With the two X's.
Yeah.
And Y-Traxx was born by Fred Baker.
Yeah.
Thank God. Anyway, thank God you created them tunes.
It was a great tune.
Yeah, like trance piano. Who you create the melody and all? Yeah.
Yeah.
You done everything.
Yeah, I've created the melody for the Mysteryland also. It was my inspiration. So easy.
Wow. And so Fred, like, you must be really, really good on the piano, on the keyboard. Is that how you? So if you start producing a tune, what do? Do you just start with the keyboard, and then when you get the hook, the melody that you like, you start to build around it? Is that how you do it?
In the beginning, I was just working on the drums, on just the beats, the loops, and finally, when I found a good atmosphere with my friend, I've decided to put a melody on it because I thought it was needed. It was missing.
Right.
And when I have created the piano and the guitar, I say, okay, cool, we can release it. But when I've proposed the tracks, the records company was not totally happy about it. They said it was more a B-side than a good track. And finally, Y-Traxx was a really, really big release.
Massive.
Yeah.
It was Trance Piano. Was Mysteryland the big one? That was the massive one, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I think it's a good message for people who release tracks. They must believe on their work. They don't trust that a track is less powerful than another one. Just people must like them, and people must try that your work is good.
Believe in your work, basically.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because like
nobody can say it's a big tune or it's a worst. I don't care if people don't like my track. Okay, it's a right. Nobody must like every tracks, but I'm proud of my tunes, and that's enough for me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, fair play to you. Yeah, I like the passion, Fred.
Yeah.
So if you look at I've some interesting things to ask you, but if you look at producers today, for instance, and music today, what's your take on it? So if I throw at you, like, say, Avicii, what would you say to me?
Avicii. In the beginning, for me, Avicii was like a fresh name with a big sound. I was always asking, but how is it producing a sound so big, clean, powerful, and but it was really a fresh music for people from now, and no, Avicii is not so good, but I think he's a really, really talented guy, and I'm sure he can produce a lot more best music.
Yeah, definitely. I think he releases tunes as well under different names, doesn't he?
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? And people probably don't know that he's even behind them.
Yeah, I was ghost producer for a lot of people too.
Were you? Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So, did you make a lot of money without being too blunt? Did you do well from the record company? Did everything go well back in them days?
No, I would like to release these tracks, and I have the success now. Now I'm sure I will have a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay. So I didn't. It's mad because I've asked Robin S the same question and Tia Austin about tracks that they've done, like Rhythm Is a Dancer and Show Me Love, and
yeah, of course. But just ask you a question: Why people with big talent are not promoted more than some people on social media? They have a lot of promotion videos, charts. They are on the top 100 DJ Mag. Sorry, I didn't have any promotion for this. I just made the job by myself.
You just done it all yourself, Fred?
Yeah.
Wow. Jesus, fair play to you, Fred. Like, Jesus Christ, like.
Yeah, since well, when I stopped to work with my records company, the records under Grozone, Y-Traxx, I've released an album on Clockwork Recordings, and after this, I've asked them to check the conditions between us, because I would like more expansion, right. And they refused. So I've decided to do the job by myself, and I left them.
So you kicked on, and now just everything is just Fred Baker.
Yeah, and I decided to work on my own name, and it was good for me. It was hard, and life is not easy, absolutely not. But I'm doing my passion. That's a goal.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a real, like I always say, it's not an easy game. The music business, it's ruthless, isn't it, Fred?
For sure. For sure.
Now
And
listen, you said there, Groove Zone,
yeah,
Iceberg. Seriously, Fred, like, I mean, I'm nearly falling off my chair here. You produced that tune as well.
yeah, of course.
Holy be Jesus. That is a serious tune, do you know that?
Yeah, I know. It was good. And when Groove Zone was a big tune played on the BBC One, it was played everywhere on the planet. I was supposed to become a more promoted DJ, but nobody asked Fred Baker, nobody asked Frederick the Backer, only a Groove Zone dance act. That's all. So for me, it was a good motivation to think more about myself.
Okay, yeah. And but can you take gigs today as Groove Zone?
No, I don't have any gigs under my name, Groove Zone. No, nothing.
Nothing. Well, listen, yeah, you probably have a lot of people looking at this. I'm forced to bring you to Dublin as Groove Zone, okay? That's a deal.
Yeah, of course, if we want.
100%, Fred. We're going to get you back to Dublin as Groove Zone. Legends of the old school. Legends of the old school brings you Groove Zone.
There are some requests for Groove Zone, but I would like that it become a more serious concept, not only for one shot. And it's like, I've played everywhere on the planet, and people write on the flyers, it's Fred Baker, Tomorrowland, Groove Zone, Y-Traxx. Okay, it's a reference, but there are no requests like we want to book Groove Zone, we want to book Y-Traxx. No, it's Fred Baker.
Okay. So if I was to say this to you, Fred, like a lot of people that know their music, that are educated on their music, would know the Y-Traxx tunes, would know the Groove Zone tunes. Is it possible in any way for you to recreate a new tune and put it out as Groove Zone or Y-Traxx today for the old fans of yesteryear? Is that a possibility at all?
Of course, it's absolutely possible. It's just I need to find the time. I had a lot of health problems, so I made a break in my career, and now I'm doing my comeback. So I hope everything will be okay now.
Okay, that's good to hear. So health-wise, you're okay, yeah? Everything is going good, yeah?
Yeah. We will say I'm working on it.
You're working on it, yeah. Because I know when you came to Dublin, you did have you were telling us some stuff like I don't really want to say if you don't want me to, but yeah. So I hope everything's going well for you anyway. You know.
Yeah. Of course, it's good.
It's
good.
That's good to hear.
It's just I can say that it's not because I don't want to produce music. It's that I had a lot of problems, and I don't wish to anybody to live this. But it's life, and I'm doing music once again. I feel my passion is coming back, and I will produce new tracks, new bombs, and I will be happy.
Yeah, I cannot wait to hear them, Fred. You know that I cannot wait, and fair play to you as well, okay? Because as I said, you were in Dublin. You're telling us some things from the airport when we were dropping you to the hotel, and without going into it all, when you came to the venue, you had a smile on your face. You were very thankful to everybody, and you know, no disrespect to other acts we've had over before, but you know the way some acts can be demanding. You certainly were not that, and you know, it just shows like that. You know, fair play to you. That's all I'm gonna say. Just keep going. You know what I mean?
I'm just a simple guy. I'm not a superstar. That's simple.
Well, you're a superstar to me. You're a superstar to old school music. You know that.
Yeah, but okay. There are people telling Fred Baker is a legend. Fred Baker is a superstar, but I feel only about myself. Yeah, I'm a simple guy, and if you want to talk with me, if you want to chat with me, no problem.
Yeah, I seen that on the night you had a lot of time for everybody, and with what you told me from the airport to the hotel, Jesus Christ, I was like, wow, like fair play to him. You know what I mean? Like you always had a smile on your face, and keep that going. It's the best way to be, Fred.
Yeah, of course. Stay humble and simple.
Definitely. Now listen, I was looking at a bit of your career, and you played at Tomorrowland. That's a massive achievement. What was that like?
I've played some years ago the White Sensation parties in Belgium.
Right.
It was, I think, 25,000 people.
20.
And people are organizing this big event. All people dressed in white. They decide to create a new concept for a festival, and they call it Tomorrowland. And I had big contacts with them because one of the guy working there is one of my best friend, and they asked me if I want to play there for the beginning, and of course I've accepted. I played a lot of times in this festival, and there were some years I didn't play because I was in the hospital, and now I play once again since some years, and I want. I hope I will play the next years too.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, man. I'm sure you will. Really looking
But
forward.
this year was unbelievable. They had a new stage, and I've played there. I was the opening DJ for the trance energy stage. It was unbelievable, massive LEDs everywhere. The sound was big. I think it's the most beautiful stage I had in my life.
Really, Fred? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
I've played a lot of festival too with lasers, with a big sound, but this one was original. And there are a lot of artists, Sebastian Ingrosso, Axwell, I think Dimitri Vegas, like M.I.K.E. Every people from the superstars DJs were playing in the same stage than me this year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
And what tune did you start off with? Can you remember what your first tune was?
Oh my god! I think I've played one of my future tracks.
One of your one of the future hits, yeah.
I don't know if it will be a future hit, but I've played the demo, and the reaction was good. Just directly when I've played my first track.
Oh, brilliant! So, you know the vinyls. Did you started out DJing on vinyls, correct?
Yeah. In the beginning, I've played more than vinyls. I played with cassettes.
Tape cassettes, yeah?
Yeah, tape cassettes, and I was mixing with this.
Wow.
And I began to play with vinyls, but the turntables was not like Technics. I had to push the platform to have a good speed. It was it was hectic, but it was a good lesson for me.
And can you remember the very first vinyl you bought as the dance vinyl?
No.
No, you can't. No.
It's a really good question. Let me think about it.
Okay, we'll come back to it. I'll probably have another hard one here for you. But what do you have a vinyl there today that you idolise, that you would not let out of your sight, like?
I know now. The first vinyl I bought, it was Depeche Mode.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just because I've played weddings, so I bought Depeche Mode, Just Can't Get Enough, and Yazoo, Don't Go. Yeah, I remember now.
Yeah, you remember now, Alfred.
Yeah.
The memory is coming back, is it?
Of course. I'm not so old.
And Fred, do you ever jump on the vinyls today, like at home or in general? Like, do you ever have a spin on the vinyls?
I play, I still play vinyls on classic parties. I was playing on the New Year's Eve for Sam Mitchell.
Okay.
And he invited me to play a retro classic only vinyl. It was really funny.
I love the vinyl, Fred. It's just different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like
that's different, of course.
Like we know, look, the Pioneer CDJs are brilliant. You put the USB stick and everything in. It's pretty easy and neat. But when it comes,
you can't do a lot of good things with a CD player. I don't use Tractor. I don't use software to play my music. I prefer to put a USB key on the turntable and to create new tracks, playing loops and playing my tracks. That's a good deal.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah. Just like flipping it up, making it interesting. Yeah. And what's your take then today? Like, you know the way some.
The problem is that you can't do loops with vinyls. And it's sad because I love to play vinyls, but if I can play my vinyl, doing a loop with my vinyl and play other tracks to create a new atmosphere, it could be great, really.
Right. Okay. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm there.
Yeah. Just I thought I lost you there. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, definitely. So, what's your take on today? You know the way the new generation of DJs coming up. Like, I'm not having a stab or having a go at any of them. I'm just saying, do you think it was much harder back in the day to learn how to DJ to today?
There are too many people thinking they are DJs because they are producing
music
tracks on Fruity Loops and other softwares. I know that there are people who having a big talent, a real talent. But I had the opportunity to meet some people with big talents, and other people. I was asking me, but what are you doing there? Because they weren't able to play any music. No good mix. Completely out of time. It was not good.
Yeah.
But there is a fresh and a new generation of people. They are producing tracks with a big talent. Okay, and now I want to know and I want to discover who will be the best DJ of the next generation. A real big DJ.
Yeah.
Someone with balls. Someone who will show us something new.
Something fresh.
Not only I play with my tractor or I put my hands in the air and the mix is already done.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna say that to you as well. There's not the way they say. There's a lot of big DJs who are pre-recorded and they're just standing on the stage.
I've never played any gig with a mix already played in. Already recorded. I have played always my gig like a new set, live, new mix. Always with another discography, another playlist, new ideas for mixes. Always with a new idea, fresh idea.
Yeah.
And when I listen some mixes, sometimes it's like it's always the same song. There is no originality. I can't imagine that music will go always on the same direction. It must move. It must change.
Yeah, it must flip up, mustn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we will see. I don't know what you think about it, but it's my opinion. I think there are a lot of talented people, but they are on the shadow of puppets.
Yeah, they're on the shadow of producers. No.
Yeah, they are on the shadow of producers, and they are people on the shadow of fake producers.
Yeah.
Who become the big superstars of nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like they're putting their names to things, and they don't even know like the basic do re mi. They don't
Yeah.
even they don't know how to create.
Yeah, of course. It's the story of a lot of people on the planet, I think. I made the mistake also. I've produced music for people who don't deserve any respect, but they became big. They won a lot of money. Okay, that's life. I wish them to continue like this if they have the chance. But I think it's time for me to take my place in the scene. Maybe it's too late, maybe not. I don't know. We will see. But I would like to say to the French generation, we are all people with a background, and we are not dead. So we will arrive too.
Yeah. So basically, when you start to come back with your new tunes, you're looking to create the next sound. Is that correct? Something outside the box, Fred?
Yeah, I try to find something fresh. It's a word that I use a lot at the moment, fresh. But it's real. It's real. I must, and a lot of people must do the same than me. We must find something new, something fresh, because we listen always the same sounds, the same presets, the same effects, and I begin to be bored about this. So we must do something new.
Definitely, yeah. Maybe we'll go back in time to become new again.
There are some years ago, people say that the tech trance and the snare was boring. And when I started the music, a lot of people made the same than me. So I think it was not so boring like this.
Oh, stop. So, speaking of music, do you have any new music at the moment? Have you worked on any tracks? Is there anything about to drop in the next maybe year?
I made some tunes, but not many. I have released the active site with my buddy M.I.K.E. Push. Active site was a big project. We made a track on the label of Brian Kearney. The track was played by Armin van Buuren, a lot of people. I've produced another Fred Baker Rebirth on the same label.
Okay.
Adam Ellis made a remix for this. What I've made, yeah, of course, I made a collaboration with Paul van Dyk and M.I.K.E. on the new Paul van Dyk album.
Okay.
And the track in the album was charted #1 in nearly all the countries in the world. Yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. iTunes dance.
Yeah, it's all about the downloading nowadays, isn't it, Fred?
Yeah, it's only virtual now.
Yeah.
There is nothing physical. But I can say thank you to Paul van Dyk if you see this interview, because I get my CD and I'm really happy to have a physical support of my job.
Yes, you have it there to hold on to, Fred.
Yeah. But it's really good album. I don't know if you had a listen about this. I think it's the really first trance album, 100% trance.
Okay.
Nothing EDM, nothing more techno. It's from the start to the end. It's really good. Really.
Yeah, yeah. So, what was I going? I want to ask you something else now before we let you go, Fred. Is there any names out there that people will be surprised to know that you produced the tunes? Is there any names? Like, we know Groove Zone, Y-Traxx, that's Fred Baker. Is there any more?
Yeah, I made a lot of Mr. Sam productions, a lot of Mr. Sam remixes. I made the remix for Tiesto, Adagio for Strings. I made a lot of tunes for the label of Armin van Buuren. I made some release. I can't remember, but I made so many releases. It's unbelievable.
Because I seen on your page there recently you were putting up tunes that you produced. I seen that on your page. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Memories.
For Lotus Shed My Skin, I made a remix like a ghost producer because it was forbidden for me to put my name on it.
Oh, okay.
I produced a remix also for Ghostland. It was a project with Sinead O'Connor and Natasha Atlas.
Okay.
And when the track was released, I just heard that they forgot to put my name on the credits. It's a fucking.
They forgot it.
It's a fucking shame. It was the life.
The memory went, did it?
Yeah, I don't care now. Just focus about myself.
Yeah, definitely, Fred. But listen, Fred, when you start actually putting the head down now and making some new tunes, with social media today, this is just an idea I had off the top of my head because I would be continuously looking at it. Is it not possible for you, like, to say, okay, it's my first day in the studio? A bit like a boxer going into the boxing ring, he's coming back, you know what I mean? He's going back to training. Could you not say it's my first day in the studio and sort of put up some clips of you creating tunes and how you build up and then the release of the track? That'd be cool.
Yeah, but I don't have a lot of time to stay in the studio because I have a weekly job like normal people, and
okay.
When I can spend my time in the studio, it's like I close the door, I put off my my mobile phone, and I try to take my time only to create my sounds, to try to think about the mix and to find my ideas. But yeah, I think maybe one of these days I will take a little short movie, a teaser about my studio and me working on my new track.
Yeah, that'd be great, Fred. We'd love that.
You will have it.
Yeah, that'd be great, Fred. Anytime you're in there, just get a couple of clips. That'd be amazing to see. You know that?
Yeah, I think it could be great. Yeah.
And what would you do, Fred? Would you go down the... I know you're not going to go old school, but would you have piano, any kind of piano in it?
I got my piano here, just here, but it's not open.
Okay, cool. Yeah, do you reckon you'll have a piano sample in it? Is that something that you like to have in tracks, or do you just play it as you go?
Sometimes I play for fun because when I was young, I had 2 years teaching music.
Okay.
But I never practiced piano. I just learned by myself, like autodidact people.
Okay, and what program are you using today? Producing tunes.
I'm a very special guy because normally people use one software.
Okay.
And I like to work with people from many reasons. They use Ableton. I use Ableton. They use Cubase. I use Cubase. They use Logic. I use Logic.
Okay.
I can use Studio One. For me, it's like a game. I love to discover softwares. I hate to learn with the papers just by myself, finding the tip and the tricks, and I'm happy.
Yes. Now, listen, I just want to ask you a couple more questions before you go. From the start of Y-Traxx, you had Trance Piano, Mysteryland, all the way up, all the events, all the gigs throughout the world you've played at. What's the favourite city in the world you've been to?
That's a good question. The biggest scene. There are too many scenes. There are events that I can't forget because it was really in the beginning of my DJ career. I remember that I've played for Tel Aviv University birthday in Israel. And,
really? Israel? What was that like, Fred?
Yeah. And also I've played in Lebanon, in one of the most beautiful clubs there, in Beirut. And all those people who invite me were like my big friends. And it was magic. I was at home. I never felt like I was in other countries, feeling it was war there, or the people were afraid about politics problem and fights. Everything was like peace everywhere.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. It was magic.
So that was a different experience for you.
Yeah, I played. I think it was like a lot of people now playing all over the world, but for me every place is a new adventure. So I take all the good things from the events where I play, the travel. I discover people, I discover cultures, and it's a super life.
Yeah. And what did you think of Legends of the Old School, Fred? You came to Dublin, another city in the world, obviously. How was Legends of Old School?
I was really, really surprised because I get so big reaction about the crowd, and the party was really, really good. When I seen Kevin and Perry coming on the scene, it was like I'm in a magical movie. I can't forget it. For me, it's one of the best time of my life.
Really? Was it, Fred? Yeah, the Legends.
Yeah. Because it's not necessary to play in for 1 million people. You can have the big feeling and the big impression just because it's the right moment at the right place with the right people, and it was really like this.
Yeah, so a big shout out to all the Legends of Old School crowd, because by the sounds of it, Fred, they blew you away. They're just different, aren't they?
Yeah, but it was really crazy. I thank you for this.
Listen, Fred, I thank you. I really thank you. So listen, I've one more question before you go. We always end with this question. What's your spiritual beliefs?
My spiritual beliefs. I'm a special guy for this. I love to have fun. I love to drink wine. I love to eat well. I love cheese. I love beef. I love to eat cultures like Indian, Italian. Every food from different cultures.
Okay.
And I love to live, but it's not easy to live. A real life. It's like people have the chance to have no problems in their life. I'm not this kind of guys. I had a lot of problems, but when I say problems, it's always with a final happy end.
Okay.
But with all those adventures, I can say that you must live your life. You live your life. You must have fun. You must do what you want to do, and please don't care about the problems all around the world. If you have your own problems, focus first on yourself, and then you cannot be always open to other people. But first, think about yourself.
Amazing. What a great way to end, Fred.
And you know why? It's just simple. Someone told me one day, before loving other people, you must first love yourself. And it's not easy when you think that you are not able to do things. You think you are not so good to make some things. You are not good to have this goal and to have finally a way to solve the problem. It's not true. You have always the solution, and the solution is on you, just on you.
Yes, got to be strong-minded.
Yeah, of course.
Well, on that, we're gonna end there, Fred, because I know you're a very busy man, and as I said at the top of the show, I want to thank you for taking some time out, and let's get you to Dublin in 2018.
Thank you very much.
No,
I'm sure we will talk in the future together.
100%, Fred. Now, keep I don't need to tell you, but look, keep the chin up, keep rolling, and I'm sure there's loads more success ahead of you, Fred.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Take care of yourself. God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
So there you go. That was Fred Baker there, the phenomenal Fred Baker, and it was amazing having a chat with him. Some of the stuff he said there, like at the end, like you gotta love yourself before you can love anybody else. It's a true saying, isn't it? You look at yourself in the mirror and you say, you know what? And this isn't about being vain. It isn't about, oh, look at him, all this talk. It's about looking in the mirror and saying, wow, I'm happy, I'm confident, I like myself, yeah, all is good. And then can you imagine what you're going to project out to other people then around you? Once you're confident about yourself, you love yourself, everyone else around you is going to benefit. And it's a true saying. It is a true saying. And he was also saying, like, basically, I know English isn't his first language, but he was basically saying, like, you can always find a solution. You can always get there. You can always achieve if you want to. And it's true, because I'm not bringing it back to myself, but just in general in life, like if I put my mind to something and you say, you know what, I'm going to achieve that. Now, sometimes you can achieve something fast, and sometimes other things can take a lot more time to achieve. But when you're being tested, yeah, when you're being tested on the road, you start to get your tests. You're being tested. You can easily go, I'm going to give up now. But don't. Never give up. Got to keep going. You got to keep believing. You got to stay on the path, yeah, to success, to achieving what you want to achieve. Because if you have that mindset, anything is possible on this planet. Anything is possible. Like, for instance, when I went on to the Big Brother in 2006, it was the biggest reality TV show in the United Kingdom. The biggest. Bigger ratings than the X Factor. When I went down to audition in the RDS, I didn't go down thinking, I won't get on that show, or I won't this, I won't that, blah, blah, blah. I just went down believing and seeing myself on the show, and sort of seeing myself being a kid from Finglas in Dublin. When do you ever see somebody from a working class area in Dublin? When does it happen? On Big Brother in its prime. It doesn't happen. But rather than people saying, you know, fair play to them, this, that and the other, they look at everything and they pull out negatives. And some people on the planet then like to just point out the negatives. But that's fine. That's part of life, like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if I'd have went down to the auditions, which there was queues down the road and around the corner, And it was just a spur of the moment. I wasn't like, saying, I want to be famous, I want to be on Big Brother. It wasn't about that. The story was, the night before, I was driving around with a friend of mine from Finglas, and it came on the radio, Big Brother auditions. And we said, will we go down for the crack? You know the way you just do something for the laugh. So when we went down, and my mate wasn't really into it now, he just went for the crack, and he wasn't, you know what I mean? And I got on it, and I got into it, and this, that, and the other. Now, I remember this story. This is a true story now. I remember I got through. They queue up 9 or 10 people at a time from Big Brother. This is back in its prime now. Don't mind today. Today is just of no interest. Like, back in its prime, yeah? And they queue up 8 or 10 people, and you've got like thousands there queuing up, and they take out 8 at a time. And they ask everybody 1 or 2 questions. And I remember he said to me, D094 I was at the time, they said, yeah, you're true. So I remember going to the guy, which was a runner. They're called like runners. They're not even the executive producer. They're just out running the line and stuff. And I just says to him, never forget this. I says, how far away am I from getting onto the show? Okay? And you know the RDS main room? The width of it. Yeah, if you can imagine. We're standing literally at one side of the RDS. He put his 2 feet out like this, look. And he said, like this, he said, you have to move to get into the Big Brother house. You probably have, just from getting through this little first round, you've probably moved that much. That much. Half a step. And he says, see the other side over there? I says, yeah, that's where you need to get to. And I always remember walking away thinking, he's messing. That can't be true. But oh my God. Do Big Brother put you through the ringer, man? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Do you know that they used to ring you? Okay, I'm not going through the whole process. I'll tell you this. The actual main audition, the audition that you fill out, no spoof, not just me, everybody. 4 hours to fill out. It's about that thick. Yeah, they know everything about you. Everything. What colour your boxers are on a Wednesday. Everything they know about you. And you have to fill it out. That's just one thing. Then when you start to go on, you start to progress. There's loads more. I'm not going into it all, but I'll tell you one thing. Another thing. When I got asked to come to London, everything is being whittled down now. So I went to a London audition. And I got the phone call. And you'd always get a phone call on a private number. And you'd have to give a password. This is gospel stuff, this. You'd have to give a password. So they'd ring me and they'd say, hello? And I'd say, yeah, what's the password? And I'd have to give the password. And I'll never forget it. This was the funniest thing ever. I was with a friend of mine in Finglas Village. We were in the cafe. And we were having a cup of tea. And my phone rang. Now, I hadn't heard from them. Gone through loads and I hadn't heard from them for 8 weeks or something. So you think, probably kicked on. I get a phone call. And I'm not thinking at the time. Do you get me? I'm not thinking at the time. And I answers, hello? Yeah, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. What's the password? And I'm like, and I just says a random word. I don't know what. I'll just say rainbow. Rainbow. And your mate's looking at me. What are you talking about? What? So it goes, I says, sorry, hang on. I says, I'll be back in a second. So I went outside, and I had to take it. And nobody knew I was even going on to Big Brother from Finglas. That's the crazy thing about it. What a story. And then, another thing they'd say to you. When you get off the plane, someone will pick you up, drop you to the hotel. Then when you go from the hotel in the morning, you'll come up and there'll be someone standing there with a pink umbrella with blonde hair. So when you see the girl with a pink umbrella and blonde hair, you go over to her. It's like something out of a CIA movie. Honest to God. I'm not messing. And you go over and yeah, how's it going? Yeah, what's the password? Okay, want the password? Rainbow. And then they'd bring you to a secret location where all the contestants are that are looking to get into the house. And another thing people don't know, this is another thing people don't know. When before Big Brother went live, the launch night in 2006, I was in that house. So, you know the way Davina comes on, she says, she comes down and she shows you the rooms and where the diary room is and the garden and everything. I was already in the Big Brother house. It's called, they put people in that they want to check out in the house and see how they get on. That maybe they want to use in the later stages. Sometimes they use housemates the following year, believe it or not. And it's just called like a trial run. Bit like the Lewis at the moment. Heading up the Cabra. Yeah, it's on trial runs every day. So they bring you over and they put me into the house. And I was in there living there with people from Birmingham and Manchester and all over who also went through the same process I went through. And I was living in the house that all the housemates ended up going into. So when I was watching the launch show in 2006, I was already in the house. The only thing I didn't sit in was the diary room. We used to sit in this fake, just like a basic chair. So the diary room chair wasn't in there, but everything else was, and everything was full of was covered with plastic. All the furniture, everything for the launch night, which was happening about 10 days later. And then, as you know, I went into the Big Brother house halfway through. Now, it comes back to what I said. I'm just taking that as a prime example. I mean, it's not easy for anybody. That's just one achievement. It's not easy for anybody to get knocks or to, you know, for instance, in Big Brother, what I found was when I was going through the auditions, you know, you'd meet a lot of people. And I'm this 22-year-old kid, like, I'm 33 now. I'm a 22-year-old kid from Finglas in Dublin. Haven't been to the UK many times, went to Liverpool once or twice, and now, boom, I'm in here with people 40, 45, 35. You know what I mean? These like, girls with fake boobs that you think are like, oh, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? It's just it's just different. You're 22 years of age. I mean, 3 or 4 years previous to that, you know what I mean? I'm 17, 18. I'm only coming out of my teens. You know what I'm saying? But look, it's all good. And as I always say, if you want to achieve something, don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to the people that want to put you down. Do you know what I mean? They always do it. I mean, look at Conor McGregor, for instance. If you take him, for instance, people want to talk about Conor McGregor, and they want to say, like, oh, you know, what he done there. But yeah, we can all say he overreacted. He jumped over the cage. I looked at him myself. I said, yeah, you know, he maybe overreacted, that kind of thing. But look, it's passion. It's what people want to hone in on now. They want to just hone in on that. They don't want to hone in on him knocking Jose Aldo out in 13 seconds. They don't want to hone in on him coming back and beating Nate Diaz the second time after doing it at 170 again. They don't want to hone in on him coming the very first champion in the UFC to win two weight divisions at the same time. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're just sitting around, all the little vultures, just sitting around. Come on, you're a success. Come on, do something you shouldn't do. Come on, just do something so we can all just, boom, jump on you. Say a word you shouldn't say. Stick a finger up in a certain way, and then boom, it's everywhere. Because all the people that are writing the articles, to me, are just, they know that negativity is what people want to read. Negativity is what people want to read. So, oh, Conor McGregor done this. Oh, look at this. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, and they jump in, and they're just taking that as a prime example at the moment. Fair play to Conor McGregor. Jesus Christ, like, he came from Crumlin. He's a millionaire, like, you know what I mean? And whatever he done in cages and done this, yeah, he might have been out of order here and there, blah, blah, blah. But seriously, man, I mean, what about the tricolour? You know what I mean? What about the Irish flag that he flies? What about all that? You don't hear Tubbity saying that to him, do you? You know when Tubbity sits him down and asks him all his stupid questions and bores the living daylights out of people, why doesn't Tubbity sit him down and ask him real questions? What the flag means to him? What Ireland means to him? Not all just silly questions that he asks him, boring people to death, like. You know what I mean? Because he's not clued up. People have keys in Tubbity's back, and they put the key in and they turn it, and he has people in his ear. Yeah, Ryan, you better jump up and down now and scratch your head, all right? Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll jump up now. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's what it's like. Need a bit of realness out there. I'd love to have an interview with Conor McGregor because there are some real things, proper Dublin stuff that all those dubs know and all those dubs, you know what I mean, connect to. You get me? Not this Ryan Tuberty guy from, do you know what I mean? Like, just like, that was a waste, that interview. I was expecting a lot more, to be honest. But again, fair play to Conor McGregor. And fair play to Fred Baker as well for coming on the show, like, you know what I mean? And you know what else as well? Speaking of Conor McGregor, his cousin is a friend of mine, and his uncle is a friend of mine. I just know them from the poker scene. And it'd be great to have a chat with them guys and see would it even be possible. Do you know that? Because it'd be cool to have a chat with Connor, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Ask him something proper. Let's ask him all the Dublin questions. You get me? So this tune here is by Fred Baker, the man behind Y-Traxx. And he did say that he's been having a few problems with health. And when we picked him up from the airport, wow, what a man. From the time we picked him up from the airport to the time we dropped him back the next day, smiling, thankful, appreciates everything, loved the Dublin crowd. Thank you so much, DJ Spyro. Thank you. Really nice man. And just listening to his story there, he didn't want to release tunes in his name, Fred Baker, for a reason. He wanted to keep the protection around that, which is great. And just listening to him again, you know, underneath there, in my opinion, this is not Fred Baker's opinion, this is my opinion, underneath there, he's a little bit scarred from the business. That's the feeling I get. It's also the feeling I got from Robin S. and Tia Austin. And I've been saying it for so many weeks and months. It's a ruthless business. I mean, it is ruthless. Trust me on that. It is ruthless. Any success you have, they want to take you down. Trust me. Fact. Now, we don't want to get the, the copyright infringement, so we're going to just spin it on a bit here. So we just chop it up. This is the second break. Ooh, yeah. So there it is, Fred Baker, the man behind Y-Traxx, Trance, Piano and Mystery Land. Hope you enjoyed the DJ Spoil podcast. It's our third show. We are building. Make sure you tell all your friends. Make sure you invite people. Get involved as well. Comment. Let us know what you thought of Fred Baker. And go and check out our other podcasts. There is Robin S. up there. And Tia Austin. If you want to go and check out them guys, you can do that right now. DJ Spoil Podcast on YouTube is where you got to go. Subscribe. And if you want all notifications, press the bell. And you get all notifications. Yeah, so that's DJ Spoil Podcast on YouTube. Now, before we go, as we said at the top of the show, if you're out there at the moment, you're looking for a little bit of inspiration, you're looking for a bit of something to give you that kick up the bum to get out there and get healthy. You know what I mean? It's all about Dr. Joel Wallach, the Longevity 90 for life. This is the #1 organic product on the planet with 90 essential nutrients that you take daily. So basically, when you take this, your body gets everything it needs every single day. 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 AFAs. And Dr. Joel Wallach has all the stats to back up everything that he says about the human body. And he's well worth checking out. Longevity, Dr. Joel Wallach. Just go on YouTube. You know, if you're just cruising tonight, just put in Dr. Joel Wallach, Longevity, and watch the videos. And I guarantee you, your mind will open up. Because he breaks down how the human body works, he has a massive go. Like, I mean, he really has a go at the medical doctors. Really has a go at them. Because he's not happy with what they're giving people. So you got to go and check him out. Dr. Joel Wallach, 90 for life, longevity. Go and Google it. YouTube it. Go and research. And you'll be blown away. And thanks to them guys, we are officially the number one distributor in Ireland to go on longevity at the best possible price. So, after your research, come back to us and we can sort you out and we can give you some leaflets and stuff you need and that kind of thing. I want to say a big shout out to the longevity crew from Dublin. The products have arrived today and yesterday, and they're starting the longevity 90 for life straight away. So I'm really looking forward to how them guys get on. It is important to be gluten-free on the longevity 90 for life. Dr. Joel Wallach will explain all that for you. Put Dr. Joel Wallach in, longevity, gluten-free. Put it in, research, have a listen. He breaks it all down. How the human body works, the follicles in your stomach, everything. Breaks it all down. Why everyone feels bloated. Why when you're bloated, what happens? Why your body finds it hard to digest. Why that can create this problem. Why that can create that problem. It's mind blown. Like for so many years, look, I'm not getting into it. I just want you to go and research and check it out for yourself. Longevity 90 for life. And once again, big shout out to all the longevity crew who ordered the product, who are starting it right now, or have already started it because the product has arrived this week to people from Dublin. And we're going to be checking in with them guys, see how they get on, because I'm on the product myself. I'm on it over a year now. My girlfriend and the baby. Well, he's not a baby anymore. You know what I mean? What's he? Coming up to 6 now. And one thing everyone always says to me is, Jesus, he's very tall. What age is he? 8? No, he's only 5. What? How is he 5? But again, just go and research, yeah? Now, do I have any other information for you before we go? Do I have any other information for you? Yeah, we haven't done this yet on the DJ Spoil podcast, but we will. We'll do it tonight. Let's try this one. There we are. Fred Baker played at Legends of the Old School, and he said it was one of the best gigs he's ever played at. Now, I didn't pay him to say that. I just asked him what was Legends like, and that's what he said. He loved it. And it's something that he'll always remember. Well, don't miss out. Legends of the Old School returns to the Button Factory on Friday, February the 2nd, 2018. We have Lost Witness, and we're looking to get him on the podcast in the next few weeks. The man behind Red Sun Rising, Happiness is Happening, and 7 Colours. We also have Baby D. She's back. Oh, she is. The woman behind Let Me Be Your Fantasy and I Need Your Lovin'. Myself, DJ Spiral, the man behind DJ Spiral Podcast. Top of the World, my brand new tune, and Who Cares About Hollywood. Doors open at 10 p.m. and rock until 3:30 a.m. in the morning. And it's Friday, February 2nd, 2018, which is about 8 weeks away or thereabouts. Before we know it, it'll be like, how is it? Ah, there's Santi. Jesus, mad how quick everything flies by. But yeah, at least you know on the 1st of January 2018, boom, 4 weeks to Legends. Wow. Yeah, tickets are €20, including booking fee from Ticketmaster outlets nationwide and Ticketmaster.ie. VIP balcony tickets, 5 left. 5 VIP balcony tickets. That's all. The VIP balcony's going to be sold out. Boom. We have VIP tables as well. Legends hotties. We're going to be bringing back the hotties, showing off a bit of leg. And that's it. Just going to have 4 legs. So it'll be 4 legs, 4 high heels, and that's it. How are you fixed? People be like, what? It's a joke. We also going to have the Legends merchandise stand as well back. And the hair braiding. So, you know, I know a lot of the girls that go to the Legends. Some of them actually went and a lot of the times and got their hair braided. But now they can come to Legends, tuned up, get their hair braided for free and rock on into the venue. Who else does it? No one else. And then you will hear 5.5 hours of non-stop old school tunes. We will have more surprises on the night, of course. And get involved. Is there anything else before I go? Is there anything else I need to tell you? Do I have any more information? I do. I've one more bit of information for you. Go and check out Healthy Mix on Facebook. So that's Healthy Mix Dublin on Facebook. Myself, DJ Spiral, as I was saying about this product here, boom. Longevity 90 for life. Dr. Joel Wallach breaks it down about being gluten-free. Yeah. So, I tried it out and I was blown away. Because I used to get bloated myself a lot. You used to always say to me, to Mrs. Spiral years ago, you know, you'd eat certain foods, like, and you'd be a little bit bloated. Like, but eventually it'd go away, like. But ever since I've gone gluten-free and cut all gluten out of my diet, don't get bloated at all. At all. So, when you go and you look to try and get like a nice healthy gluten-free bread, something nice and doesn't exist. Does not exist. Now, I don't know. Look, I'll just say this. A friend of mine, he's in the baking industry. That's all I will say. He's in it a long time. And some of the stories he told me that he sees going into bread is phenomenal. He says he sees these bags that you cut open. He doesn't even know what's in it. It's like acid and just, you know, all the, basically the preservatives that they put into food. And you're meant to wear masks and everything. So when you cut it open, you have to have your mask on before you put it into the mix. And then this is what people are eating. You get me? So I said to myself, let's look at the gluten-free industry, because I'm gluten-free now. So let's have a look. So I go and I have a look. And there's no healthy gluten-free bread out there that I know of. Preservatives and everything. Look at the kelp and stuff sit on the shelves for like 10 days. You take it out. It's like a piece of plastic. Even look at the bread and stuff. 6 slices for like €3 or something. Because you know why? Because the market for gluten-free isn't as high as it is for normal bread. So they have to pump it with stuff, so that it can sit on the shelves for longer. So then I said, okay, let's go research on Facebook. Let's go look online. I'm looking around and I'm searching. Cannot even find a loaf of gluten-free bread. You walk into any of the supermarkets today. Go in tomorrow. Go into them all. You know, when you go in, you say, oh, that's a lovely smell. You know, when you go in early in the morning, lovely smell there. They're putting out all the fresh baked loaves of bread. None of them are gluten-free. None of them. So I said, you know what? I done baking when I was 15 years of age. When the master, the principal in Collage Owen Fingla said, hey, unfortunately we're going to have to say bye-bye now. You know, we came to a political understanding. Anyway, so I went and I started working as a baker. And I worked in a bakery, and you can go and Google it, in the IDA Centre on Gardner Street. That's now gone. That was gluten-free bakery. And normal bread as well, with gluten in it. And I learned some tricks of the trade when I was there. I was there for a year. And I was still DJing, like, you know, mixing away, doing my thing in the background. And that's where I learned some tricks of the trade. So I took them tricks of the trade and I said, you know what? Let's create a gluten-free bread that's healthy. That's high in vitamin B2, a source of vitamin B2 that's very good for the digestive system. That doesn't exist out there. So I went and it took me 5 months, 4 to 5 months to perfect it. But I perfected it. Do you know how I know I perfected it? Because I'm getting nothing but compliments from people that can't eat gluten and people that do eat gluten and eat my bread. Now I'm just making the bread for me and so on and so forth, and then boom. Oh, that's lovely. Boom, 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 boom. So then we launched. What was that like? Maybe 6-7 months ago I created the bread. We've chia seeds in it as well. Very good for you. Look into chia seeds. Don't want to give the whole secret recipe away, but I wanted to put healthy ingredients into the bread that when you eat this bread, yeah, no gluten in it, and you're going to get a source of healthy ingredients into your body that your body can digest, yeah, and rock on, yeah. So I went and I done it and I created it. So we went to a market and we launched it there last week. And I brought down 20 loaves and they sold out in 90 minutes. So if you're gluten-free out there, if you want to check out the DJ Squirrel Healthy Mix, no problem. Go on to Healthy Mix on Facebook, get involved, and come try it. And before you knock me, and before you say anything bad about me, try the bread. How's that? Is that a deal? Boom. So there's all the information for you. Healthy Mix Dublin on Facebook. The healthiest gluten-free bread around. So I can't find any. I can't find anywhere else. I can't walk in tomorrow and say, oh, how's it going? How are you? Can I get one of them gluten-free loaves, please? One of them fresh ones? Because they don't exist. Unless they, pump stuff into it and, sit on your shelves and go in. Oh, look at that. And they keep pushing. You know, they push it like the one that's about to go off, that's sitting there 8 days. They push it to the front. But anyway, there we go. If you're not interested, no problem. Everyone has their own choices. That's what life is all about. Healthy Mix Dublin on Facebook. Check it out and come and get involved if you want to taste it as well. So there we go. Now, anything else? No, I think that's it. I want to say a massive thank you to all of you for getting involved and tuning into the DJ Spoil podcast. Thank you. Make sure you do comment, get involved, subscribe. The usual. Please do, be very much appreciated. Big shout out to Fred Baker. And thanks to Fred Baker for coming on the show and giving us his time and breaking down his side of the industry, and I really enjoyed it. It was good. I enjoyed it. It's great to hear, one of the amazing things when you listen to Y-Traxx Mysteryland, like everyone knows that tune from Kevin and Perry Goes Large. I mean, it's amazing to know that Fred Baker, he done weddings and 24th and 30th parties, all that kind of stuff when he started out. Done it all myself in the White House in Finglas. Loads of places. And there could be people from Finglas right now, tuned in Dublin there, who I done that 21st. And if you are tuned in, big shout out. If I done your 30th or your wedding, big shout out. Because to me, they're all a stepping stone. They get you experience in front of people. They learn you how to interact with people. Learn you a lot of stuff before you go into the club scene. Then you go into the club scene and it's ruthless! Anyway, that's the story. From myself, DJ Spurl. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye. Peace.